Robert seemed different. He looked into my eyes, but his look was not the same. He began to drink a glass of wine, then another. He took his phone and went to another room to talk. He stayed there for a long time. I sat alone in our hotel room. I was married, but I felt alone. I wondered why Robert was so distant. Was this how married life was? I hoped not. The next day, Robert seemed busy. He did not look at me. He left the room without a word. I felt confused. I waited for him to come back. I waited for many hours. Finally, Robert came back. He did not smile. He did not look into my eyes. He said, "I want a divorce." My heart stopped. I thought he was joking. I waited for him to laugh. But Robert did not laugh. He was serious. He said, "You are not what I wanted. You are too simple. You do not belong in my world. You waited all your life for marriage and look what it gave you." My heart broke. I could not believe what I was hearing. Just yesterday we got married. Now he said I was too simple. Tears filled my eyes. I cried for a long time. Days passed. I tried to call Robert, but he never answered my calls. He did not want to talk to me. Robert was gone from my life. I had to go back home. I traveled alone. When I arrived, my family was shocked. They were very angry. They said I had shamed them. They said I was careless for marrying so fast. They did not want to see me. They did not want to talk to me. I felt like my life had ended. My family, my husband, all lost in one morning. I had no place to go. My friend Molly helped me. She lived in an apartment. She said I could stay with her. I moved to her place. Molly was a true friend. She helped me find a job. I began working in a bookstore. I tried to forget Robert and the pain. One afternoon, I saw a magazine cover. There on the front was a photo of Robert. My heart jumped. He was at a big party. A beautiful woman stood next to him. The cover said, "Businessman Robert Sinclair's Secret Marriage." I froze. My hands began to shake. I looked at Robert's face. He looked powerful. Robert was very rich. He had many companies. He was famous in the city. I never knew this. He never told me about his wealth. I felt angry. Robert had used me. He married me, but I did not know why. Maybe it was a joke to him. He made me believe he loved me. I did not want to cry anymore. I wanted justice. I knew my marriage to Robert was real, so I decided to get help. I went to a lawyer. I showed him the wedding papers from Las Vegas. The lawyer told me, "Your marriage is legal. You have rights." I wanted financial support from Robert. I was not greedy. I asked for money because Robert had left me with nothing. When Robert got the legal papers, he was very angry. He called me. He said, "Do you think you can take my money?" I said, "You took my heart. Now I take what I deserve." I hung up. The news about our marriage became public. Reporters came and asked questions. Robert was angry that his life was in the papers. I focused on the case. My lawyer worked hard for me. Finally, I won the case. The court said Robert had to give me money. This money was not just for my needs. It showed that Robert could not treat people badly and get away with it. When the news about the case spread, my parents called me. They said, "Bridget, please come home. We forgive you for everything." I knew I could not go back to my old life. I told them I love you very much. But I must live my own life now. I need to be independent. I was no longer the same girl who left home full of shame. I used the money I won from the court case. I bought a small apartment. Then I decided to go back to my studies. Life was very different. Now I still believed in love, but not in the same way. I learned that true love needs respect. If there is no respect, love cannot last. Robert had not respected me, and that was why our marriage failed. I still saw Robert in magazines. He looked the same proud man. But when I saw his photo now, I did not feel hurt. My soul was still pure, untouched by the bad things that happened. I was happy. I was free. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. My name is Bridget. I am 28 years old. I live in a small town. My parents are religious and very strict. They taught me many things about life and love. They said that love is a pure thing. They said that marriage is a special bond. Because of my parents' lessons, I grew up with a strong belief. I believed I must wait for marriage. I never dated anyone. I never had a boyfriend. I never went to a party with a boy. My lips had never touched another person's lips. I had never been kissed. This was my choice. At college, some of my friends were different. They dated often. They talked about their boyfriends. They laughed at me, but I did not feel bad. I did not care what they thought. I believed in my values. I wanted to find a partner who would respect my choice to wait. I dreamed of a wedding day. I knew that other people had many relationships before marriage, but I chose to save my heart. I wanted to give it to one person. This person would be my husband. Together we would build a happy life. I waited for that special moment. One day I went to a coffee shop. There I met a man named Robert. He was tall and handsome. When he smiled at me, my heart beat fast. I felt shy, but Robert started talking to me. He said he liked my clothes. Later, I told my friend Molly about Robert. Molly knew many people. She said, "Bridget, be careful. Robert is a playboy. He does not stay with one girl." I felt worried. I hoped that Molly was wrong. I wanted to believe Robert was different. I felt my love could make him a new man. Robert started to call me every day. He sent me flowers. He sent me sweet messages. He made me feel special. I began to believe God had sent Robert to me. I wanted to believe that he loved me. I began to dream of a future with him. One evening, Robert took me to a fancy restaurant. Robert said I looked wonderful. His words made my heart feel happy. After the dinner, Robert drove me home. He stopped the car outside my house. He turned to me and looked into my eyes. Robert said, "Bridget, I cannot stop thinking about you." My heart began to beat fast. Then he leaned closer. Before I knew it, his lips were on mine. It was my first kiss. I had always thought this would happen only after marriage. But in that moment, I did not pull away. I let myself feel it. When the kiss ended, I felt happy. But then I thought about my strict parents and what they would say. I wondered if I had done something wrong. The next day, Robert called me. He wanted to see me again. We met at a park. Robert wanted to be close to me. It felt like things were moving too quickly. I looked at him and said, "No, Robert. I want to wait. I want to wait until we are married." He paused. Then he looked into my eyes and said, "Then we will marry soon, Bridget. Very, very soon." A week passed. Then one evening, Robert called me. He had an idea. He told me he needed to go to Las Vegas for his job. Robert said, "Come with me, Bridget. Let's get married there. I don't want to wait any longer." I could not believe his words. My dream was coming true. Robert wanted to marry me. A wedding in Las Vegas. I said yes. We flew to Las Vegas. A few days later, the city was loud. I felt a little lost, but Robert was with me. He held my hand. I wore a simple white dress. Robert looked at me and smiled. We found a small church. There were no guests, just Robert and me. We were married. Robert kissed me, he said. "Now you are mine." I felt like the happiest woman in the world. That evening was our wedding night. I thought it would be perfect. I was finally with the man I loved. But something felt wrong.